Frank. Okay. So he's gonna drive us to Paris. And please, I would like to ask you to put your seatbelt.
There she is, chum. There she is. Yeah, I can look at that. Hi guys, how you going? It's Jim here again, making another vid for my channel with the voiceover here. Basically, I've got some photos here. I'm going to start the video at the end of these photos, but it's going to show these photos. This is a cruise. This is my first cruise actually in May 2019 with Norwegian Pearl. Basically, it was from Amsterdam. I went to Norway, Belfast, Dublin, and all these other places, and then went to Le Havre was the port. And Le Havre, I didn't really want to look around Le Havre at that time. I wanted to go to Paris with the excursions that I have on board the cruise line. So I did the couple of hours on the bus to Paris on your own, and wanted to see what the countryside looked like from Le Havre to Paris, which was obviously a couple of hours. Paris on your own, Norwegian Pearl, a couple of hours from Le Havre port, and basically, yeah, it was good seeing what it was like on the bus going to Paris. Weather was fantastic, as you can see. Like I said, this is my first cruise in 2019. Decided to do cruising because cruising for me, or cruising for a lot of people, is the best way to see the world. If you only have a certain amount of time and you have a budget, I guess, it can work out quite cheap way of travelling and seeing the world. I'd highly recommend cruising. Well, I did in 2019 because for me it was only the best way to see the world. And in a certain amount of time, you know, you've got you go out there and you see the world. You come back and get on the ship, and you got your meals, you got your entertainment, you got your karaoke. There's a lot to do on board. So yeah, cruising for me was absolutely a blast in 2019. So I did that first cruise in May, and that's how I got hooked on another cruise, and then another cruise in 2019. And I am glad I did cruising in 2019, because 2020, the year of the pandemic, yeah, well, what can we say? Who would have thought? But yeah, like I said, it's definitely the way to see the world if you've got a certain amount of time. And I think it's a lot cheaper too, because, you know, if you fly to Paris and you go to Amsterdam and you go to Norway, you know, you got your flights, you got accommodation, and you can see the world a lot quicker in a certain amount of time. So this was a 14-night cruise from Amsterdam on the Norwegian Pearl. First time on the Norwegian Cruise Lines, and I had a blast. Really enjoyed it. Met some lovely people on board. Yeah, so like I said, yeah, it turned out quite a nice day there, as you can see in the photos. And there was a bit of traffic around, but that's pretty much everywhere in the world these days. There's traffic everywhere. So at that time, there was no protest in May. You know, the world was protesting of all sorts of things. So yeah, it was really good. Turned out really good, actually. So just going back through these photos and seeing how Paris probably hasn't changed much previous years when I was there. But yeah, had a great time. Basically, you've only got the bus will drop you off at a certain point there. You've got a couple of hours to decide what you want to do. So you've got to be careful on if you do decide to, you know, do your own thing when you get off the bus, because the bus has got a certain time that it's going to leave from where it drops you off. So you've got to be very careful and make sure you get back to the bus by the time they say. Because I'm saying that because I think we had two ladies that got left at a port because they didn't get back on the bus in time, and the bus obviously got a couple of hours to go back to the port. So, you know, obviously you're going to have to go back to the port, and I think they've got an agent there who will sort it out, and obviously you've got to get your flights to the next port. So yeah, if you do excursion, make sure you get back to the bus in time, otherwise it's going to be a costly holiday. But yeah, the excursions are fantastic. You know, you get on board a cruise ship, and you go through the book, obviously what entertainment, and you go through what excursions that you want to do at each port, and tick them off and say, look, I want to do don't want to do that excursion or the other excursion. So this was one of the excursions that I'm glad I did. But I did go back to Europe, obviously, in October, and I did actually explore Le Havre. So I did miss out on Le Havre. I thought, well, I wanted to see Le Havre in May, which I didn't. This cruise ship did another cruise that went to Le Havre, so I did have a look around Le Havre. Yeah, so, yeah, anyhow, hope you enjoy these photos as much as I do. You know, looking back on photos, well, we can't travel, obviously, in 2020. So I'm just going to go through and look back at all my memories of previous holidays from last year, year before. I've been travelling the world for many years now. I love seeing the world, the culture, the food, the everything. So I hope you enjoy these photos. Like I said, I'll roll the video after these photos. And if you'd like to give me a like and possibly subscribe, I seem to get more viewers who aren't subscribed to my channel. That's cool. That's cool. I do have a few people that who have subscribed and do watch videos. I can see that on my YouTube studio. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. Take care, and in the future, if you do think about want to travel the world on a certain amount of time and budget, I highly recommend cruising. I don't know what it's going to look like in 2021 or how things, but I think obviously things will change. But I certainly enjoyed it. Okay, guys. Here we go. We'll keep rolling the photos, and I'll play the video shortly after these photos. Okay. There she is, chum. There she is. Yeah, I love that. Everyone's yeah. Ooh, bug. Hard to see. Recording? Recording, alright. Because the sun's up there, it's not very dark. Get down here. Oh, look at that glass down there. Time.
All building and then scaffolding.
Photos. Can't even see it. There you go. Finally got here. The long cruise. The ship and the holiday's still not over.